Okay. Okay. I had to let that out. I had to let that out.
I love it. Hey, Deanna, how you doing today?
Hi, Johnny. I'm doing amazing. How are you?
Awesome. This is it's a great Saturday morning, at least here in California.
Oh, yes. Here in Florida, it is sunny as usual and so hot. It's so hot outside.
You just need a little bit of rain there to calm it down.
Yeah, usually it happens in the afternoon at the most inconvenient time.
Yeah, as I hear.
Of course.
Okay. So anyway, to our learning and listening audience, I want to introduce Deanna. First, I'm Johnie Urban, and I'm the founder of the YouTube Entrepreneurs Wearing Hats. And what it means is, like, you can see we're wearing hats today. It's like, what it means is like, yeah, entrepreneurs wear many, many different hats in our business. But sometimes we just need to put a hat on to cover up our unruly hair, especially in the Florida humidity that Deanna.
For sure. Oh my goodness.
I'm going to be interviewing Deanna Martinez today, and she has a very interesting story. She serves a very, very wonderful niche of people in her coaching business, and I want you just to hear all about what she has to say. I personally have experienced exactly what her clients are going through, so it's near and dear to my heart exactly who she's serving and what she's doing. So here we go. Here's Deanna Martinez. Hi, Deanna.
Hi, I am so glad that you have me here on your show today. I'm so excited to share with everyone what exactly it is that I do and how I help people. And of course, you are very near and dear to my heart. And I know that we've both been through a lot and we're better for it on the other side.
Yeah, exactly. So Deanna, tell our audience what it is that you do and how did you get started in it? I'm just, we're all super curious about what made you decide to help this type of person.
So crazy story. I was 10 years old and I kept doing this thing. I kept helping people get through some of the worst times of their life. And I was convinced for a long time that I wanted to be a therapist or a psychiatrist or something like that. So my mom and several other people that I had mentored basically told me, hey, maybe you should actually be a mentor instead of just doing this kind of part-time. So once I got older and older, I went through my coaching certification. I became a certified life coach, and I knew that I wanted to specifically coach narcissistic survivors because, of course, I am one. And I suffered for a long time with many family members and partners that were extremely narcissistic and emotional abuse, all kinds of abuse. And it wasn't wonderful to experience. And I want to help other people that are going through it.
That's an amazing story. That is an amazing story. So it's like, yeah, that's what I mean. It's like near and dear to my heart because I also was raised with a parent that was narcissistic. And I ended up marrying two different husbands that also had the trait. So it does follow you. It follows you throughout your life. The saying is like, wherever you go, there you are. And oh my God, this happened to me over and over again until I decided to get some help. And it's made a huge difference. So in going forward and now I have an amazing husband that doesn't, treat me that way and doesn't that way. And it's just, yeah, once you learn, you can go forward. So Deanna, so I have some questions here I want to really drill down and ask you is like, can you explain exactly what is a narcissist and what is the behavior?
So a narcissist is a very, very evil person. They don't have empathy for anyone and they only care about themselves. They are very harsh with criticism. They constantly tear other people down and they get fuel from it. It's called a supply. I refer to them as narcs, not narcotics or anything, just short for narcissist. They manipulate you and isolate you from everyone that you love so that they can't receive an outside opinion and you can't think for yourself. You're basically their doll. It's pretty intense.
Yeah, it's pretty ugly too. And they begin to make you feel like that you are not worthy of anything.
Exactly.
Anybody or anything. And it's something, they know exactly what to say to us to rope us in.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And then when we just always hold out hope that that's why we're with them. And when that just really gets that disappears and we just hold on hope too long.
Yeah, they do that in the beginning with trauma bonding and love bombing. They show us a massive amount of love in the beginning, and they just pull all the way back and bond with us through some type of trauma that we've experienced, that they've also experienced, or something that we've gone through together.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So you have programs that actually are designed to help the survivor of a narcissist. And could you explain a little bit about these programs? At what level do they work for which person?
So I have one of the first programs is the breakout program, which is getting away from the narcissist. If you are still trapped in a narcissistic relationship, I basically empower you and guide you through the steps of getting out, because we all know that we want to go back to our narcissist, especially the first week, the first 2 weeks, the first 6 months that you get away from them. And that program is designed to give you the tools to really help you through that time. My second program is the program where you reinvent yourself. Almost, you give yourself a new chance at life with a new perspective, and I guide you through the process of regaining self-confidence, motivation to keep going on, because life feels meaningless without the narc, and also just learning how to be yourself and learning how to love yourself before you can love somebody else.
Yeah, that is so important, to be able to move on and learning the new strategies. I mean, you've got some amazing strategies that you can share and give to people that they can tap into. It's like they don't have to depend on you forever, because you're going to give them strategies that they can tap into and build their strength and confidence in that, so they're not dependent on you. And
Exactly.
And so that leads me to another question. So what makes you different from other mentors and coaches and consultants and even psychiatrists?
So the thing with all of the others, they have very strict guidelines on what they can do. They don't go outside the box. They're not very personalized. They're kind of cut and dry. Step 1, step 2, step 3. I personalize every single step. One person needs a specific amount of time to get her confidence back, or the other person has great confidence but needs more self-worth. And yes, they are different things.
Yeah, they are different. And I don't want to discount the level that psychiatrists can help people, and because what they do is very valuable, especially if anybody needs any medication for anything. Because I know depression is really, really high up on the list of people that are in this position. So,
oh yeah.
So if you need to have that, just please go and do that. I'm not going to discount that. It's just that your service is different and handles it differently.
Exactly. And I work towards the future rather than the past. Therapists, people like that, they really focus on why this trauma is happening, what happened with mom and dad, what happened with the past. And I really want to build a better future.
Yeah, that's important to look forward. It's like there's that saying, don't look in the rearview mirror because you're not going that way.
Right.
Yeah. Here's another really great question. So at what phase of leaving a narcissist do you help with the most?
So my specialty is the healing after you finally leave your narc. So learning how to fully be without them, learning how to really love yourself, be yourself, strut confidently into any situation. I know that a lot of us have trouble with public speaking. And of course, if you're looking for that, Johnie can help with that. I teach women how to really find themselves. That's the part that I love the absolute most. Finding yourself is a really hard thing to do, but we're here to help.
Yeah. And I think the most important thing is to not repeat the pattern of even attracting a narcissist, or if they happen to show up in our lives, we can identify it quickly.
Exactly. We're able to identify and defeat the pattern.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Because it starts with us, doesn't it?
Yes, it does. The common denominator, as a wise person once told me, the common denominator in all your relationships or all your failed relationships is you.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. I realized that quickly.
Yeah, me too.
So here's another question that I think is really, really important, is that if you could describe yourself as a mentor in just a couple of words, what would those words be?
Ah, that's a fun one. I'd have to say compassion, patience, and a problem solver.
Yeah, I agree with that. I agree with this. For as long as I've known you, it's like,
Yes.
those are really great description words of you. You know, there's another one that I can throw in, and it's like you are completely and fully present
Yes.
when you're with somebody.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
Yeah,
You're the best.
yeah. And all of those qualities are really great qualities to have when you're working with somebody that is in the horrible place of having to make that decision to leave someone that has promised you the moon, but they only did it for their own personal gain. And it's really tough. It's really tough. And Deanna, you're like the person out there. I don't know anybody else that works with narcissistic, survivors and like you do. It's something that the world really, really needs. And so I want to help you reach as many people as possible that need your services so that they can have a much better life.
And I want them to have a better life so bad. And that's why I sacrifice so much of my time to this cause, because it is so important and no one deserves to get treated like that.
Yeah, I feel the same way. Yeah. So that being said, it's like, could you tell our audience here, how they can get hold of you? What's the best way that they can get hold of you?
So through Facebook and Instagram, and my website, wellness-beyond.com, is being built at this time. I'm so excited to launch it. It should be launched in just a few months.
Oh, awesome. So what I'm going to do with this recording, I'm going to post all her contact information, her Facebook link and all this kind of stuff. So you can easily get a hold of Deanna. That's Deanna Martinez, our narcissistic survivor specialist. What is the name of your program that you came up with?
So the full name, so I have 3 different programs. Yeah. So I have number 1, which is Break the Cycle. Then I have number 2, which is Rebuilding Radical Self-Love. And number 3 is Freedom Transformation.
Oh, wonderful. Those sound amazing. So thank you so much, Deanna. This has been a pleasure of mine to interview you and to share you with the world out there. And I really look forward to talking to you again. Thank you.
Oh, thank you for having me. I hope you have a wonderful day.
Yeah, thank you.
You've been listening to Johnie Urban, founder and owner of Sensitive Authentic Speaker, sensitiveauthentic.speaker.com.